everyone, this is Alex Smay and Ryan Teach of St. Croix Rod at the 2023 ICAST show in Orlando, Florida, here with our friends from TackleDirect to talk to you about a very new exciting series for us, a redesign of our Wheelhouse Mojo bass rod. Ryan's here today to go into a deep dive about what makes this rod so different from previous generations, and we're going to talk about models and what makes this thing great. So Ryan, tell us what you did with our team and how we ended up with Trigon.
So this all started about 3 years ago. We still have a very much so a Mojo bass rod, SC3 carbon fiber, still that similar kind of tone and Mojo bass color. It's going to look from afar maybe like the Mojo bass, but it really is a completely different rod series, and it all boils down to the handle right there. Alex has given me one of the two BFS SKUs in here. These BFS rods are targeted specifically at hard baits, crankbaits, jerk baits. I'm really excited to see the really small shad wrap come out because it's going to pair really well with this. But the handle, I'm going to put this down so I can show you guys. The handle's called Trigon, and it works with anthropometric data. That data's been around forever, and it's the study of human hand sizes, specifically the measurements and the way our hands are sized as anglers, okay? It's also used in Major League Baseball, professional basketball. It's used all over. It's been around forever. Somebody just had to find it, and we found it. So you take that data of measurements and hand sizes, and you think about the fact that our hands are not round. When we close our hands, they're not round by nature. They're actually triangular. So you think axe handles, you think way back to swords of medieval times, but our hands close in a triangular shape, and that's called a key grip. What you can do is you can use that anthropometric data and affect the geometries of that triangle to make a rod where essentially your hand doesn't conform to it, it conforms to your hand naturally, because that's just the way your hand wants to go with it. So in order to get there, you can't turn cork the typical way. It can't go on a lathe. You have to use molded and formed cork. This is agglomerated cork. You're going to see right behind me, it's using our saltwater rods. Ridiculously durable, allows us to do a lot of special things with us that ring form cork wouldn't allow. So, spinning rod. Spinning rod also has that Trigon handle in front, allows you to get a finger on the blank on the bottom. It allows you to be like pencil grippy with the rods in front. Same Trigon handle in the back so you can get a hold of it. One of my favorite things about the spinning rods, fishing a lot of live sonar, what I can do, because the bottom of this handle and the guides are all lined up in one, I can look at my Garmin, look at the front of my trolling motor, know that I gotta cast 60 feet directly that direction, line up, let it fly. And I can either put it in front of the fish or behind the fish, depending on what I wanna do. Let's go to the glass rod next. So, Mojo Bass Glass. Glass gets its strength by diameter. So, all of our glass rods have always been affected by having more of a bulbous handle. What Trigon has allowed us to do is change that shape into one that fits very naturally in your hand, so it doesn't feel as bulbous. Still the same linear S glass on IPC construction, a little bit different color, a little matted out, but your favorite models we've had forever in Mojo Bass Glass. The last one, swim bait rods, 710 heavy, 710 extra heavy fast, and 8.3 extra heavy fast telescopic. This one brings grasp at that beginning, the lowest price point of grasp. You can get into a grasp in Mojo Bass now. Grasp is the handle that won Best of Show or won Best of Freshwater Rod last year. But what it does is it fits naturally in your hand, keeps your wrist straight. Okay, when you're tugging on big baits all day long, specifically Alabama rigs, you don't have that fatigue. Us using live sonar, you know how important an Alabama rig has become since we can see it and see what it's doing out there. If you want to throw an Alabama rig all day long, you're able to do it with grasp.
So the great thing about this is we know that Mojo Bass has been a wheelhouse series for us, and when we redesign this stuff, we know we got to get it right. Because we're going to affect a lot of anglers.
Hand me that casting rod one more time.
Okay.
I'm going to show you one of the examples. Yeah, I'm going to show you one of the special examples. This is St. Croix Dynamics. This is their own reel seat as well. If you take this reel seat off, there's 3 keyways in here. What that does is it makes sure when you lock this down, your reel stays locked in. There's no movement in this hood at all. There's just these little intricate nuances that went into making sure that the next generation of Mojo Bass really is not just color, not just decal, it's significantly different.
And then we looked at what we're finding out from the marketplace. What are the key lengths, powers, and actions? So from Victory, from Legend Tournament Bass, we've added a hair jig rod to 710 MLXF. We've added the popular 7.3 length. So a lot of SKUs in here. at that $175 price point. So Mojo Bass redefined and better than ever.
Absolutely.
Check them out at TackleDirect.com starting in August.